Mark Gaylor for markgaylor.com. You've joined me inside of Photoshop CC for a quick compositing project using Adobe Stock. Now I'll just start this project from scratch by throwing away the additional layers I have here in the layers panel. Okay, so we can cut back to Annika in the studio. Now I want to add those snowflakes, so I'm going to search Adobe Stock for snow. Okay, so what will happen is it'll quickly search the Adobe Stock library for the snow. I found one here that I quite like, so I'm just going to right click and choose Find Similar. I'm really interested in the snowflakes on the black background because I can quickly composite using the blend mode screen if I do that. Now if there's anyone that I want to try working with, I would just simply save preview to stock. Now that is the stock folder. I've actually created a new library which is called Snow. So what I would now do is download that preview to my Snow assets folder. Okay, I've already done this, so I'll just cancel that out, and you can see that I've already purchased some. These have the ticks on them, and some of them are still carry the Adobe watermark. You are free to work with these. Let's just show that. I'll just go and right click and choose place link there. Okay, so you can carry on compositing with these images just with the Adobe Stock. As soon as you decide to license the image, okay, we can just right click there and choose license image. That watermark will disappear in just a matter of seconds. Okay, now I'll work with one of the images that I've already acquired. This Lots of Snow is actually one of my own images, so I'll just click and drag that into play, or right click. Just a word about adding your own images to these assets. You simply just need to grab a layer and drag it to the libraries folder, and that will add any of your images to the assets. So you can actually mix and match between Adobe stock images, and you can create your own stock catalog as well. So what I'll do is I'll just right click, choose place linked. Okay, placing linked adds this as a smart object. The smart object, however, carries this little cloud icon that you can see here. It is a smart object saying the file is linked to the Creative Cloud. Now if you're ever handing this file off to somebody else who doesn't share your assets folder, you would be advised just to right click and choose embed linked. Okay, so that makes sure that everybody can access that file inside that layer. Okay, so now it's simple matter just to change the blend mode from normal into screen. Okay, there's perhaps a little bit too much snow there for my liking, so I'm just going to reduce the number of the smaller snowflakes using the median filter. So we'll come down to the noise and choose median. And you'll quite quickly see this reduces the smaller snowflakes. I'm happy with the smaller snowflakes in the distance. I just don't want them in front of Annika there. So I'm going to click on that smart filters because it is a smart object layer. Just going to click on that smart filter mask there, and with black as my brush, I'll just click on the brush tool there. I'll set the hardness to minimum there. Okay, and I'm going to recover some of the smaller snowflakes in the distance there. Now I'll just raise that to 100%, the brush opacity there, so I can brush those smaller snowflakes back into the distance. This is giving me that sense of depth that I like. I'm also going to add a layer mask to the snow layer itself, not just a filter layer. And this will allow me, with black, painting at 50%, just to reduce some of the opacity of those snowflakes falling in front of Anya's face. And I might just tap, there's one just by the nostril that I don't want to see at all. Okay, so that's giving me the snow very quickly there. What we're going to do now is I'm going to add another layer. This time it's going to be flare. Okay, so we've got numerous flare files. A lot of these flare files are actually my flare files here that I use on a lot of projects. we can actually use an Adobe stock one, as again you can see that we do actually have access to flare files in the Adobe stock library. I'm just going to grab this snow flare that is one of my own files, and again just right click, place linked. And this time it's not quite the same aspect ratio as the file we're working with, so I'm just going to Command T or Control T on a PC to access the free transform, just so I can make the aspect ratio of this image fit my host image there, and then I'll just hit the return enter key. Again, I'll choose the screen blend mode to add that flare. Okay, and again we'll add a layer mask. I've actually created a shortcut for adding layer masks to layers, so I'll just apply that quickly now. And what I'm going to do is again, just with the brush tool, perhaps at 50%, just remove some of that flare from in front of Anya there. Okay, just so we got a little bit more definition. If I wanted to finish this off and make this image pop, I might come in with a levels adjustment and just switch the auto there, just to make that file pop a little bit if necessary. And what we'll also do is, it's a little bit warm still, so I'm just going to again come in with a photo filter. Okay, and instead of a warming filter, I'm going to come down to a cooling filter just to cool this down, just drop that density a little bit. Okay, and there is my finished file. In just a matter of minutes, I've quickly managed to create a rich composite file using Adobe stock and some of my own assets from that libraries panel. Okay, I'm Mark Gaylor for markgaylor.com. Give me the thumbs up and I'll catch you online next time.